I mean, I'm gonna need to see the chat box though lit up and the Facebook comments lit up. It's like a drum roll. We need some energy around that. If we're gonna share the proprietary glow blend again, you're gonna need to clap it up. Does anyone want to hear? And yes, I think we're gonna create a space for it. Anyone want the glow blend today? Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do this. I will share the glow blend if Andy Goddard gets me my rose duet,
Oh, dang.
product here in the next week. Can you all apply a little pressure to Andy? Andy,
good old-fashioned blackmail, right?
Yeah. Well, you guys hear him regularly be like, Tiff, we're so grateful for you. Thank you for showing up. I'm just kidding. I adore and love you. Hey, winner, by the way, I am going to share the glow blend, but I want to see the chat box just a little bit hotter than it is. It's pretty. Yeah, shots fired. Shots fired this morning. Good morning. It's the last Wednesday of April. We're in the last week of the month, which is in network marketing, one of the funnest times to be alive. You feel alive. We're getting it. Hey, I think you're off to Europe soon.
Yes, Friday we ship out.
So, okay, I'm going to give you a choice: the rose duet blend, or
take you to Europe.
Shopping in Europe. No, I can't go with you. You know, okay. I would love a nice new handbag. Starts with a C and ends with an L. Or there's these Louboutin bags too that are just gorgeous little totes. I mean, you could bring me home a trinket.
Just a little souvenir, little something, something.
Yes. All right, let's talk glow blend, everyone. And again, you got to, like Catherine, you got to commit to some products, but this group's committed. Because I really think, I mean, any of these products used on your skin are going to improve your skin, but the combo, I'm telling you, is phenomenal. Okay, phenomenal. Andy, before we move on though, did you want to do the rose duet blend, or did you want to bring me home a nice handbag from Europe?
Let's see. I'm just looking at the comments to see what other kind of weather people are having.
Okay, let's talk glow blend. So a glow blend, and I put mine in a bottle. I don't have a bottle here on my desk, but my bottle is probably, I don't know what size this is. Maybe 2 ml. I don't know. Well, it's a bottle size off the Amazon. I can go get it if you want me to, but you can also, what I did before I bought these bottles off Amazon is used an empty or getting lower to empty Yarrow Palm bottle. That's a great size bottle. So if you have Yarrow Palm bottle, that worked just fine. So the glow blend is, I utilize about 20-ish drops, right? Sometimes an extra drop or two gets in there. So 20-ish drops of Yarrow Palm, right? Not the serum, the body serum, but the actual oil. Love that stuff. And sometimes I'll add an extra drop to my glow blend of Yarrow Palm, especially like I did this treatment to my face a few weeks ago for the very first time called a micro needling treatment. Andy, this is going to turn into spa day over here real fast, I feel like.
All right.
Okay. Great. But especially after that, because some of your skin, you know, it's like sloughs off just a little bit, you know, it's kind of like you resurface that kind of experience. Well, I added extra Yarrow Palm. I'd never done it one before, and several of my girlfriends have. I really like the outcome, but I added extra Yarrow Palm while my skin was healing, right? So that's a really good skin healer, especially too. And again, I'm not a doctor, to be clear. This is not medical advice, but sometimes if I get a little too much sun-kissed, double up on your Yarrow Palm too, right? So when you're recovering from any kind of sunburn or sun-kissed on your skin, I think that's right. Yes. See, Catherine, did you see Catherine's comment in the chat box? Catherine's just lighting us up today. Every girl loves a good purse. What about shoes? Do you need our shoe sizes too? I mean, we're just going to make this.
It's going to be beautiful weather.
Okay. So yes, we love the Yarrow Palm. Even if you just put Yarrow Palm on your skin, loves, you're going to upgrade your skin. But the glow blend is a serious upgrade. It's like the extra. So about 20-ish drops of Yarrow Palm. And then I do about 20-ish drops of frankincense, right? That good cellular skin repair. And then about 3 to 4 drops of blue tansy. Blue tansy, again, it's like our Smurf oil, right? It's really bright blue. A little goes a long way, but blue tansy, loves, I remember seeing this a few years ago. You see this written up in magazines like Cosmopolitan and Bazaar and high-end skincare. Often you'll see blue tansy show up. It's a highly prized oil. I know it's a more pricey one, but your skin's worth it, right? So 3 to 4 drops ish of blue tansy. So light on the blue tansy. And then I do about 10 drops of copaiba, which is also a calmer, right? Calmer to your skin. So when it's like pink or there's a zit or inflammation. And then I add either Rose Touch, although I just got Rose, the powerhouse in and of itself. You could do a few drops, again, probably 4 or 5 drops of Rose Touch, or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 drops of Rose essential oil, which is just like the queen. And you think about having a queen's glow or a king's glow, you want Rose part of that too. Now, sometimes I don't add Rose Touch into mine, and I'll just put that on Rose Touch on my face separate. So I'll do the Glow Blend, add the Rose Touch to it. And then I top off my bottle with organic rose hip pressed oil. And there's a brand I utilize. I just order off Amazon. Andy, what's the name of that? Let me look it up in my Amazon cart.
I'll bet someone's going to beat us to it.
Yeah, someone might, and that's okay. There it is. 1 second. I got a lot of orders to scroll through, guys.
It's not Purador.
It is.
Purador. Okay.
Yeah. That Purador rose hip oil. And then, so again, it's in a dropper bottle, either a past Yarrow Palm bottle, or I've just ordered these other ones. And probably, I'm probably doing 2 to 4 drops in the morning, 2 to 4 drops in the evening. So that concoction. Yeah, so good.
I love it.
Yes, the Yarrow Palm bottle is 30 ml or 1 ounce. And so, Shelly, what I think I'm ordering is a 2 ounce bottle. So mine's a little bigger than the Yarrow Palm bottle of what I'm using. I don't necessarily, sometimes I fill it up. But that is the Glow Blend. You're always welcome. I'm happy to share it. But I think, again, I know that all of those oils, some of them, Frank and Rose and Blue Tansy and Yarrow Palm, copaiba, but you put those in there. And I know that they, are some of our higher end oils. They are an investment. But if you're going to put quality products on your skin, which I'm a big fan of, it's totally worth it. So yes, I do that. And then, yes, I put my sunscreen on after my Glow Blend, my moisturizer technically. And then my moisturizer has a light sunscreen in it that I utilize through Mary Kay. One of my girlfriends sells Mary Kay and really like their stuff. And sometimes, but no, as it gets more, if I'm out in the sun more, I'm definitely going to be adding some doTERRA. I ordered some of that, the sunblock. I don't know. Melinda's asking if the Virage oil is also very nice and comparable. I used to use that in the doTERRA line for sure. I just think, honestly, this one is a much higher, you think about everything that's in that. I don't know. Can anyone else speak to that? But that one's probably going to be less expensive. But if you order all of those different products, you can, Blue Tansy lasts me forever, because I'm only using 3 to 4 drops in one big 2 ounce bottle that I'm mixing up. A little goes a long way.
I love it.
Yeah, I love, Shelly says the Virage oil is amazing. I love, love, love the smell, but I like Tiff's blend on my older sun-kissed face. Anything you're putting quality products on your skin is going to be is going to be smart to do. But these, again, doTERRA makes the highest quality essential oils where you're not putting diluted something into your skin. It hasn't been adjusted. We're not adding alcohols, and a lot of skincare products have good things in them, but then they have altered, added ingredients that are not as higher quality for your skin. So if you want something that is just pure oil, pure grade for your skin, that blend is amazing. So good. Yeah. And again, you guys, my sense, and this is your life care coach, self-care love. We love all of you. Guess what? I think you're worth the investment. So add them to your order. And again, you're not going to have to order those higher end oils again, like soon, because you are putting additional oil into it and making a blend out of it. Right. And it will last a while. So yeah. The MetaPower too. Can we just talk about, so I'm trying out MetaPower for 30 days straight. I've flirted with it. I'll take it here and there, but I'm taking it every day. Last week, we had a fun event. Thursday night, I hosted this community gathering to celebrate my podcast 100 shows. And we did charcuterie, as you know, I love. Right? Another favorite. And we did massive boards, Andy. There was a lot of meat and cheese on that board. Got to make it sweat. And then fruit and veggies. And then we had a whole board dedicated to treats. And it was just a lovely, intimate space. We only had 25 tickets. We sold those in 12 hours. Fun. And two of our doTERRA friends, others connected too, but two of my just dear hearts who've been through Success Academy. I know them deeply. Our girl Celeste Smith was there and Allison Henry. I don't know if either of those two loves are here on the sharing at this point. But I got to tell you, Celeste and I were chatting and I was just like, oh my gosh, your skin's looking amazing. And she's like, it's the MetaPower. She's been taking it consistently. And so, of course, what you put on your skin matters, but what you put in your body and in your belly, your gut health matters a big deal. And your collagen, right? And also being hydrated. If you're drinking water, and some of you might need a reminder, right? They literally have apps that remind you to drink your water. But anyone else want to join me in doing MetaPower? Let's do MetaPower May. See what I did there?
Ooh, I like it. Feeling it.
I think I should get the Rose Duet and a handbag from Europe. Both. Because I'm just throwing out free marketing left and right. It's MetaPower May, everybody. But let's try it for a whole month. Andy, will you commit to that too? It's you'll drink MetaPower every day.
Yep.
And let's all then check in June 1st. And so I bought it and but in the last week I've started taking, I'm taking this every single day. Because consistency on any habit is how you really see its influence, right? Whether that's moving your body, consistency on making calls and contacts for your business, as we really want to, the way you see the difference in any area of your life is consistency. So I am going to be on the MetaPower train for a full 30 days, every single day. Yeah. And we're going to drink our water too. Let's be hydrated. So good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, my friends. Now that we've covered all your spa and skincare needs, and now that we've enrolled Andy into my gifts, and thank you for supporting. I'm so looking forward to both of those items. I live in an abundant universe. There's an and.
There's enough and to spare, right?
Yes.
Can I talk about a really cool event that we're hosting on Thursday evening?
Yes, of course. I want to hear all about it. Oh, I saw something with this. Please do.
Okay. So doTERRA sometimes does a great job with spring tour. Sometimes they don't. This year, they are totally up-leveling. And I'm so excited about the lineup this year. So the theme is Reclaim Your Health. And we're going to be covering all the things, right? Metabolic health, nutrition, digestion, stress, self-care, sleep. And we have some awesome guest speakers. We have Laura Jacobs, the Duncans, and Brannick Riggs, Dr. Riggs from doTERRA. And we're hosting that here at our house. They're doing some really cool giveaways. So anybody who registers gets a free adaptive touch. So I think it's $10 to register. You're going to get more than that back just with the adaptive touch. But then they're also giving these great enrollment discounts. So 15% off enrollment kits. So this is a great enrollment event. And it's just going to be fun. It's going to be deep, wide information, and it's just going to be a blast. So come play. There's the QR code right there. I'm going to convert that QR code to a link for those who aren't able to do the the link, however you're consuming this right now. So, okay, I have it on Eventbrite. How do I get the link? There it is. Share this event. Okay, so quick plug for reclaiming your health and getting some goodies on the way.
Hey, Andy,
Yep.
if I come on Thursday night, would there maybe be a small gift bag waiting for me there at the gathering?
Listen, I'm going to have a conversation with Natalie to see
Yeah.
where we're at. And there may be some goods for you.
Okay,
So,
love it. Okay, so maybe we put
cliffhanger for you
out
to show up.
yes, you guys, I'm relentless. I know. Out of love. Yes, but someone's saying, I don't see the link. You have to scan it with your phone, that QR code.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the text link so you can click on it, but
Yeah.
it
This is
pushes
going to
me.
be at their private home in Alpine, which is like the most gorgeous space you'll ever visit in your life.
It
It's
is a
so
fun,
beautiful.
fun space, and it's looking like spring weather too. So great time to get out.
Love it.
And in the questions, Q&A, Vicky is asking, do we have to attend live? Yes. This is a live only event. There's no live stream. There's lots of product demos. So speaking of MetaPower, when Natalie and I attended the Blue Presidential Retreat, doTERRA had made this really yummy, kind of like Orange Julius version of MetaPower. And it was super clean, super healthy, not like the actual Orange Julius. And it was scrumptious. I was like, any of you have flashbacks to the Orange Julius Cinnabon days? Like, when I was
yeah. Hot dog on a stick, man, at the mall too. Like you got a cheese dog and an Orange Julius.
Exactly.
Those were good health decisions in the day.
At least that's what we told ourselves, right?
Yeah, no. But hanging at the mall, and it was like sweet.
So
Jelly bracelets.
that's one of the many, many product demos that we'll have at the booth. So that's why you're going to want to be there live. Okay. We should probably jump into some coaching today.
I think we should.
And I've found the text link, which I'm posting in the chat. So go ahead and raise your hand if you want to come on and get some coaching today. We are here for you. And we are here for this.
We totally are.
Okay. Link is...
Really, I am curious. Is anyone like working towards the end of the month? Anyone want some support? Any strategy thought about that? Or as you come into May, again, also the other thing I just want to put at the top of your radar. I mean, we said MetaPower May for sure. And being aware, Mother's Day is in about 3 weeks. It's a great time if you haven't yet to put out to your newsletter list or your social media sharing, the idea of adding some great high quality products to, the Mother's Day gifting conversation is just in terms of thinking about that. So, but we'd love to support you. And whether you're saying, gosh, I need some support personally, or I need some things that are up for me business wise, strategy wise or team wise or influence, would love to support you. So who feels like sharing today? Who's here? Let me look at some of our participants. Let's see.
Chaz just raised his hand.
Who?
Chaz.
Okay. That's what I literally just saw his name as you said I saw his name as you said it. Let's bring Chaz up. Anyone else that want to get in the queue behind him that's here live? Becky, Casey, some of our friends from Success Academy I see that are here. Hi, Florence or Gail. Any of you, though, whether you've done it or not, I'm just seeing some of your names. Know you a little bit more, but our good friend Michael Glassford's here. Hi, friend. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Sarah. Good morning. All right, Chaz.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How is everyone?
Well, we're zesty this morning. I think that's
Good.
a little bit, zesty over here.
little
Glad to hear
spicy.
that. Glad to hear that. So nice to see you guys finally.
You too.
All right. So I got a question. Looking for some advice. I work in healthcare. I do security work. My community are nurses and doctors. And on May 6th, there's going to be a large event for Nurses Week. I've been invited, and I want to be able to shower the love of essential oils to them. I'm just trying to figure out what to give them and how to give it to them.
Oh, that's so cool. So obviously people who are in that space of healthcare, they are super prone to physical burnout, emotional burnout. They pour in so much. So anything that is nurturing of them is just a gift. I know that we had a huge fire several years back here, and so all of the firemen met at the high school, and people from the doTERRA community just came and loved on them. And so we did a lot of shoulder massages, neck massages, a lot of deep blue and aroma touch rolling that day. But yeah, I love what Becky posted. I was just thinking that, the aroma touch hand massage is a fantastic way to just do a little quick nurturing. A lot of times, well, yeah. So I think the key is to give them an experience, right?
Right.
Those are a couple of quick ways. But something you want to upsell, you want to sell them on is long-term, like how many am I going to feed and fuel my life mission, right? My calling. And so getting them on MetaPower, getting them on Mito 2 Max, getting them on Lifelong Vitality, those are like the long-term plays. But I love this idea, and I'd love to hear other people's thoughts too. So go ahead and put in the chat. What would you do if you're kind of ministering to these nurses?
So good. I loved, again, those same suggestions, hand massages, or gather, as Shelley says, some of the people in the area for aroma touch. I also like, a small sample bottle, right, of something they can take with them.
Right.
Whether, again, adaptive or lavender. I know those are basic things, but I think, Chaz, one of the things that I just love about you, do we not just love this man's energy? Like, you're just kindness.
Thank
You're
you.
just light, and like being with you, the fact this is the intention is we want to nourish these people. That in of itself is truly, it's like energetically a gift. It's like you can just feel the genuineness to that. And then everything I think you add definitely can be a bonus.
Yeah, that sounds great. I didn't even think of the aroma touch, but I'll make sure I put that on there now. We're expecting 75 to 100 nurses that day. It's going to be on the beach, and yeah, I'm going to make the most of it. And I want to just shower everybody with whatever I can. So thank you for the information. And I knew I was going to give samples away, and little piece of paper with a QR code or with some type of way of contacting me. But I want to be able to cater to them that day and all week long.
I think too, Chaz, part of that, sorry, Andy, just really quick, I'm going to cut this in, but as you're with them, right, is just the power of literally as many as you can, like eye contact as you're shaking their hand or seeing them. And it's like, thank you so much for your contribution. When people feel seen, right? Like when someone says that to you and it's like, Chaz, I see you and thank you for who you are and how you show up, or thank you, Andy or Natalie or Tiff or Shelley. When people really see us and they, just even that short and sweet affirmation or validation, it's like you're going to feel up their soul, but you also then, as they feel that, then it's like we naturally earn trust of, hey, I want to know more about what you're up to, because they feel seen, right? Yeah, I love you're doing this. This is going to be awesome, but definitely have a QR code or way that they can scan or easy, or have it somewhere printed where they can take your information with them. Right.
Yeah, no, that's great. I was also thinking of putting some type of a form or sheet out there where I get their contact as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
absolutely. I think that's more critical than giving out your information,
Right.
is having a way to capture theirs. So people love to do giveaways when they're doing these booths and expos. And so people have to give their info to be entered.
Sounds great. I thank you for your input and greatly appreciate it. I love you guys both. And thanks for everything that you do for us.
We appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you. And I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, Jazz. Okay, Shelly is raising her hand.
Yay. Just raise these hands today.
Oh, hold on.
There we go.
Hi, Shelly.
Hi, Andy. I don't want to take too much time because you had me come on a couple of weeks ago,
You're
but
great.
thank you for doing that. And just give you a little update. I
Please.
had so much support in the chat, and then Bobby spent 2 hours with me going over some technology things, and my friend Julie spent some time with me going into my back office and looking at some things. And so that just gave me a big dose of encouragement. Can't say that I solved all my technology problems, and I still have a lot of learning to do, but I'll tell you what that did for me is it gave me just an injection of courage. And so I've scheduled a Reclaim Your Health online event for May 10th, and I've scheduled one in person May 27th in South Carolina. And so I'm going back to South Carolina, and right now I'm just inviting people like crazy and reconnecting with people, and it's just been wonderful. I'm totally scared to do it, but I'm like, I wake up just like something like fear in my heart, like every day. And I don't want to continue with that, but it's like, all right, okay, I've committed to this and I've got to do this. So
I love it. Way to feel the fear and do it anyways, right?
right.
The fear tends to not go away. The question is what you do with it, right?
Right.
Do I metabolize it and do I move forward?
Yeah. And so when you
That's awesome.
I saw that invitation to your event because Laura sent it to us yesterday.
Oh, good.
And it's stuff like that. I see stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I want to make one of those, but I don't even know how that graphic was made, like how you even begin to do that. So I'm just going with the link that Ruby sent me. It connects to me, but I would love to be able to create something like that I can put on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Well, Canva is how we made that one.
Okay.
I mean, I have a background in graphic design, and so I use the Adobe suite, but that is so much more than what the average person needs. Canva is fantastic. It is so great and has revolutionized the field of graphic design because it's really made it so accessible for everyone. And there's a, I don't want to say a million, but there's at least probably 100 apps that you can download that are, a lot of them are free too, like WordSwag is a really great app that you can download and just make little graphics like that. So just you just jump in and you just start messing with things.
It gives me heart palpitations. Like I have actually Julie put Canva, like I have the app, like the free version on my phone, but I haven't tried anything. Like that's like totally anxiety inducing.
Yeah. So I think the key there is just to shift the mindset.
Yeah.
Into like, I wonder what is possible. I'm just curious, like Tiffany always says, I'm just curious, what could I create, and just, start playing with photo of your kids, and make it not, there's no pressure. It's just plain fun. And just, I think that's really the key with pretty much all technology nowadays is just taking away that pressure of I have to do it right and just being willing to make mistakes, like that's how I would guess that 99% of us have learned how to do everything we know how to do is just by kind of bumbling our way through it, just like we learn how to walk. How many times did we fall when we learned how to walk? Same thing with technology.
I think
If-
that the best
Right.
time to play with that would be after these events, because I feel like I'm in kind of in crunch time. About
Sure.
a month to my event in South Carolina. It's been about 4 years since I've really done anything like that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm actually, I got in contact with Jessica Moultrie. She's I don't know, you know Jessica?
Yep.
She
Presidential.
she lives in Charleston, and her sister Tony Ward, and I connected with them, and I think that they're gonna invite their team as well.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, I'm excited about it, but I'm just a little nervous. So for me to launch into making something on Canva, probably not my best plan of attack, but
Yeah.
I would like to learn.
Hmm.
Just
Another quick tip on stuff like that. You can hop on Fiverr.com, Fiverr with 2 R's, and you can hire someone to make a graphic for about $5.
really?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I've been outsourcing some design, some coding, like all kinds of stuff, and paying pennies on the dollar to what you'd pay like a lot of these people are from America, but a lot of them aren't. And so you can save a ton of money. Fiverr with a V.
Okay.
So think of the number 5. I just put the link in there for you, Stephanie.
Thank you. All right. Thank
Can
you.
can I share something too?
Please.
Okay. Shelley. Hi, sweet girl. Can I drop you into something just quick?
Please.
Yes. So, and I totally feel you. And I do hire out a lot of my tech and graphic creation. And I also feel like knowing how the brain works is the story we tell ourselves. Right?
Right.
So one thing that I have done for myself at different points is I'll simply block 1 hour. Sometimes if it feels too overwhelming, 30 minutes. 30 minutes where I'm going to put it in my schedule is a learning block, right? The rest of you, I want you to listen and do this as well. As I have a learning time blocking is a game changer. A learning block, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours based on what I'm working on. But in this case, I wouldn't block more than an hour, 30, 45 minutes, an hour, a learning block. And maybe even get some of your favorite snacks, you diffuse some of your favorite oils and you're like, I'm just going to practice learning this.
Mm-hmm.
But WordSwag, Canva, they have various free options. They have paid for versions that once you catch, even if you can just learn to do some of the basics, that it's actually once you try it, but it's giving you the space. It's just like you're going to a class at school. It's like whether we wanted to go to some of our classes at school or not, that was irrelevant. Whether we wanted to or not, we had to. And just choosing into seeing it as a learning block, right? And it's like, I'm going to practice learning this. And there's an example, something that comes to my mind. Some of you have heard me share this story before. Most of you probably have not, but many years ago, this is like 2008, I went to my first personal development workshop with Jack Canfield and a guy named Jim Bunch in San Diego, California. And at first time I traveled by myself, went by myself, I checked in and, again, this was a long time ago, right? 15 years ago. And my past self, who was very more perfectionistic and so forth, we check into the registration table and we get our workbook. And part of checking in is we got these 3 little mini, 3 hacky sacks, like for juggling, right? 3 little juggling balls, if you will. They're these little hacky sacks came with, our materials. We had workbooks and pens and these hacky sacks. And this 2.5 day workshop, we would take different breaks through the workshop to learn how to juggle. This was not a juggling workshop, though. We didn't quote sign up for that. And it was a fascinating object lesson and practice. And here was the only coaching is we would start out with 1, right? 1 ball and put it back and forth between our hands and then add a second one and then a third. But we would take these breaks throughout the workshop in those 2.5 days to simply practice learning something new. And some people were like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Or maybe they were already a master expert juggler and they were like, oh, this is so cool. Some people were like, I'm not good at juggling. And some people were really judgy about why are we doing this? What's this about? But the only coaching that had to go with the juggling was every time you dropped the ball, you had to verbally say out loud, "Oh, what fun."
Oh, I listened to Jack Canfield, like a workshop, and I literally wrote that down. And so when I meet adversity, I actually say,
Oh,
like
what fun.
when the water was pouring out of my ceiling 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, what fun.
Yes. I have to tell you, when I was more in the camp, like, wait, why are we doing this? This isn't, I'm here to take notes and be studious, not realizing this is also an experiential workshop. But the transformation through that weekend, again, is just trying something new. For many people, it was new, right? Learning how to literally juggle 2 and 3 of these things, you know, and every time you drop, oh, what fun. Oh, what fun. And what they were teaching us is, again, the story and the mindset is, and that was in a workshop that's a learning environment. Imagine out in real world is how what we story to ourselves. Oh, what fun. So I invite you to make it really a small thing, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and it's a learning block. You can even have, again, your favorite snacks. And you're just like, if anything, it's partly to learn how to use Canva, but partly because I want to push you up a little bit to your edge where you have a story like, I'm not good at this. And every time we say I'm not good at this, well, compared to who or what? Right?
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I have so much anxiety with technology, and it just seems like and my therapist is working with me. She's like, stop saying that every time, like every time you try to do something, but it's true. Like something happens. Well, it's not 100%. Maybe it's just 99%. It's not always. So stop saying that. So I've tried to take that out of my vocabulary. And like I said, I've done some things that I'm proud of the last couple of weeks. I'm,
Love it.
learning some new things, and
Yeah.
like, but it is anxiety. Like I'd like to get rid of the anxiety around it. Like you said, like take 30 minutes a day. Right now I'm feeling anxiety because my event is on the 27th, and I would love to have that graphic to start sending to people today, but it's
Right.
okay.
So-
I don't.
Yeah. So for today, I would probably get on fiverr.com. I've used them many times before, and they can usually turn you something pretty quickly, a simple graphic. So for right now, but then I want you to book into your calendar for next week after the 27th, a little learning block. Because part of this for all of you, you all have something like Shelley. It may not be technology for you, but some of you are regularly saying things like, I'm not great at selling, or maybe I'm not a great leader, or compared to who or what, or you have things around, well, men this or women that, or money's always tight, or whatever your stories are. For all of us, I have them too. It's like leaning in a little bit to the edge, which it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to be willing to feel the things that are uncomfortable and choose into, oh, what fun, or I'm learning something new, and self-talking yourself, Shelley, which is, I'm proud of you for trying new things. Because see, if every time we withdraw from, oh, that overwhelms me or makes me anxious. Like Saturday, I was in Orlando, Florida, speaking for a company convention conference. And I've done a lot of speaking. And you know what? I still get the nerves and the butterflies. I'm in my freaking hotel room, and I've got about 10 minutes and it's like, all right, girl, let's put your suit on. And these hot orange pumps, by the way, you guys, I would never wear orange anything, but my girlfriend's like, hot pink top, white blazer, orange pumps on the feet. Just telling you, it was a hot look. Would have never thought of it myself. Tried something new. But I'm in my hotel room, guys. And I've been doing this for a long time. I've even been with this particular group. They've had me back now 3 or 4 times. And I start feeling anxious, Shelley. My butterflies are kicking up and I'm anxious. And I literally am in my hotel room like, why do you do this to yourself? Oh, gosh. I know you get paid to do this, but why do you put yourself in this environment all the time? Because it makes you nervous. And it was like, practice. It's all right, sweetheart. I've got you. We can do it scared. I know. Let's go have as much fun as possible. Use me, God, use me. My pre-game rituals, balance oil went on my feet, right? Like, and then I got out there and dropped in and I loved it. It was so much joy. But I tell you this to be real and to normalize that even though I've done it 1,000,008 times, not that many literally, but I've done it a lot, I still can have anxiousness, but that's my growth edge. And every one of you listening has ways where when you start, you feel overwhelmed about something, you back off. You feel anxious about something, you back off. And I would just invite you to choose into, oh, what fun. I'm learning something new. And if something especially feels overwhelming, like finishing a website or learning how to use a tech app or learning social media or whatever it might be, block an hour. And if that feels too overwhelming, half an hour. And I got a learning block. I'm going to school. I'm going to practice. And we make it about the practice, not about the outcome. Whether you ever become a tech wizard or not,
Probably not gonna
that's not the
happen.
point. But your mindset about it and like how you like get after yourself about it is what I want you to have some progress around. That you're willing, I'm willing to learn new things. And then some things of course I still hire out. I have people that help me with graphics and design, but I also get in there at times and learn how to use some of these things for myself. That way it's not the fear running my life, so to speak.
Mhm.
Right? That's the bigger even breakthrough, sis, is like for you. But thank you for the courage to speak this, because we thought it was really about Canva. It's actually bigger than that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good
So
stuff.
anyone else still want to commit like Shelly? So Shelly, not this week, perhaps because she has this event, but into next week. Anyone else willing to commit to a learning block in their schedule in the next week to 10 days? Anyone else of something that you're like, oh, I'm going to learn about this, whether it's social media or it's a Canva app or it's budgeting or finances or, whatever it might be. Yeah. Lots of me's in the chat box. Thank you for that. As again, like, let's apply this coaching, because great coaching, again, isn't going to change your life no matter who's delivering it. Even if Tony Robbins was here today, or, Zig Ziglar, we brought him back from beyond, or, it's like, hey, Simon Sinek was with us this morning. No matter who's doing the coaching, what will change your life is you integrating, applying, trying, but seeing it again with the mindset, I'm just practicing, I'm learning, and giving yourself a lot of grace. Oh, what fun. Right? When you're like, ooh, like I think about my very first, product I ever produced to what we produce now, there's a huge, shift and growth, but I'd never also have what I have today if I was still waiting to be, quote, perfect at all of that, and the willingness to try and to practice. So thank you guys for saying yes, because again, when Andy and I show up here, as much as we love to jostle each other and have a great time, we're really here intentionally because we want to help you grow. And growth sometimes means leaning into our edge for all of us. This is uncomfortable for me. Great. Let's lean in a supportive space, right? But to apply it and to say, I'm going to take this to heart. I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to learn. I'm going to educate. I'm going to practice and give myself the grace to try. So Shelly, I just so love that you were willing to go here today. And thank you for dropping in with it.
Thank you. I forgot to also tell you, and then I'll jump off here. When I received the kit for this Reclaim Your Health event, it came with this, I haven't even opened it yet. It came from Ruby, and it's like, it says the Canva link and PowerPoints. And I thought, what in the world have I gotten myself into? So I'm going to open it today. And I don't know what they're expecting me to do on Canva. I'm just going to go teach, but there's these materials that I have to use, but I'm actually going to a live event tomorrow night, and I'm going to see how they do this. And then in May 27th, I'm doing it in South Carolina. So we'll see.
I love it.
Yeah. I love this, Shelly. So enjoy that. And just again, it's like, we're just choosing into, oh, I'm learning so much this week. How fun is that? How cool is that? That means you're alive.
Yeah.
And I love, again, several of you in the chat box. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, I'm in. I want to learn too. I'm scheduling this, right? I love, like Elaine says, thank you for the reminder to know I can learn, right? And Maria, thank you so much. I modeled, thank you for modeling this. And, it's just like, yeah. Jeff asks, speaking of learning, Tiffany, are you going to forward to the day with Tiffany in September? I did plan on that, a soft yes, to September 12th. Andy, you need that in your schedule too, because I'm going to enroll you to be there.
What was the date again?
September 12th, the week of convention. You're going to have something on the 13th.
Yep.
Then convention starts, but the 12th is Tuesday. I did message a beautiful event space about that, and I'm waiting to hear back if they're available. So we're just trying to find the space and location, but plan on that. But this will be a more intimate group. So when we go live with that link, you will need to say yes and get a ticket quickly, because I'm not going to do a huge big ballroom with 300, 400, 500 people like we've done in the past. It's going to be a more intimate group so we can go deeper. Food and snacks will be on site and provided, because hello, but that's one of those things that we're going to be doing. So put it as a soft yes in your calendar, and we're just waiting to confirm up details. I don't have a link yet. Barbara's asking, where's the link? I promise y'all, though, I will share it here first in one of our Wednesday calls, which will be coming up soon, right? So we can get you guys planning with that. But I'll let you guys have first dibs at that link before we put it out anywhere publicly.
Love it.
Yeah.
Somebody asked also earlier, aren't we hosting a couple other Reclaim Your Health events? And yes, we are. And I put the link in the chat. You can go to sharesuccess.com/events, and you'll see links to all 3 of the Reclaim Your Health events.
I love that. I love that event. And I love the title of it.
Yeah.
It's so empowering.
doTERRA has really nailed this one. We've got a question in the Q&A. They don't list their name. They say, can you speak just a second to wasted effort? I've sent so many invites out for Thursday's event, the Reclaim Your Health, and haven't gotten a single yes. How can I trust my efforts matter and to keep going? Tiff, what's your coaching?
Well, I'm curious what you would weigh in on that too, but I just think loves is that sometimes what matters in this world is your effort, love. And it's not wasted, is you're planting seeds. You're nourishing. And sometimes you get a yes, and you get a yes quickly. And sometimes you get, radio silence. Sometimes you get a no thanks. Sometimes you get a maybe. It's like there's a lot of responses. You can't control the response. You only control how you show up and nourishing them. And again, so the best you can, shake off that energy, go for a run, put some oils on, right? Get in the sauna or hot session, or do something where you can kind of shift yourself and come back to the energy of like, oh my gosh, we're having a big party. Would love for you to be part of this. And this energy and this fun, and this kind of thing. But we can all relate to feeling discouraged. But the more that we come back to purpose, which is, I want to help be a blessing in these people's lives. But people have to, again, they have agency, whether they say yes or no is on them. And that's not your business. Your business is, am I the kind of person that keeps showing up, keeps sharing value, keeps adding value, keeps inviting, keeps nourishing people? Because if you're consistent with that, it's just timing before you're going to get various levels of yeses. And I love that you're asking this. Yes, Catherine too, in the chat box. Like, this is a great share, because all of us get discouraged, self-included. Andy, you're ever discouraged?
All the time.
Yeah. And so it's not if you are discouraged. It's also one of the things I love that Andy brings us home to regularly is, what do we make things mean? We're meaning-making creatures. Like, we attach meaning to something. And so what you're making that mean about yourself is probably the one layer is, oh, I feel discouraged or disappointed they didn't respond. But where that's the deeper pain is probably living is what you're making that mean about yourself. I'm not valuable. If I was more this, or if I was more that, more people would like me, more would say yes. Gosh, maybe I'm just not enough. You take it really personal. You're making it mean something it doesn't mean. Is people are super busy. I think about how many things I navigate in 1 hour sometimes, and how many texts and apps. And my sweetheart and I were talking about this the other day. One of my intentions coming into this week, when I did my own weekly planning, I have 5 core intentions every week. And one of them was less scrolling, more nourishing activities. Is my little sensitive spirit can just, bless you, Andy, can get overwhelmed with, how much you're taking in and text. Remember, there used to be a day when we actually had to get on an actual phone. And then at one point that phone was even still attached to a wall. Some of you are too young to know that.
Rotary phones.
Yes, and we even have that. But we used to, and television programs had a start and stop time. We weren't infiltrated all the time with like texts and emails and streaming and social. And we get overwhelmed. Think about how busy people are. And so a lot of times it has nothing to do with interest or desire. It's just awareness, right? Distractions. So I think what really matters, loves, is again, you go, oh, how am I going to choose to show up? And I'm going to keep nourishing them, inviting, and keeping your energy in a place of like, you know what? I'm thrilled about that we're gathering. I'm so excited for this. Yeah. So Andy, what would you add to that? Because we all, again, I think it's just what we're doing today. Part of what we're doing in coaching today is we're normalizing when fear is up, when resistance is up, when overwhelm is up, anxiety is up, when discouragement is up. We all feel it. So I'd love for you to weigh in on this.
Yeah, just a huge amen to everything you've shared. As you were sharing, Tiff, I thought of our two frontline builders, Matt and Shantae Hall. They came to us when they were 22 years old and said, we want to build this business with you. We don't have much of a network. We're just young, broke college kids. And we want to go all the way to the top. And, it was a tough slog for them. They spent they got to Elite fast, but then they spent their first 9 months at Elite, and they were sharing like full time.
Oh yeah. They were on fire with it.
They were fully on board. They ended up dropping out of college, quitting their jobs and going full time with doTERRA. And we were coaching with them on a weekly basis, and they kept showing up and kept asking a very similar question that you're asking is, how can I trust that my efforts matter and to keep going? And to their credit, they kept on believing, they kept investing, they kept sharing, they kept following up. And I love this quote that he shares now when he presents. He now leads an organization that does over 9 million a month in volume. They break, anywhere from 10 to 30 diamonds a month on their team. And this is his quote that he shares. Don't do this business and see if it works. Do this business until it works.
That's so good.
And I just love the mindset that this quote captures, right? Like I'm not dipping my toe in. I'm not here to get nice feedback and to get all the good feels. I'm here to make a difference, and I'm here for the long haul. And so I'm just so grateful for their examples. And they continue to teach me what it looks like to show up and invest no matter what people say or do. And they have done some crazy things that have failed miserably. They've done billboards. They've put flyers on people's windshields in parking lots. They actually got a call from the chief of police for doing that one. So, but they just, but they just keep showing up and keep investing, and it's worth it.
Can you show that graphic one more time, my friend?
Yep, absolutely.
We just have some friends asking for that in the chat box.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah, if y'all want to take a photo of that, we'll leave that up for just a moment.
And I can share this on the Share Success Facebook page.
But see, again, this is one of those things that it's always going to come down to, our mindset / our commitment, our persistence, our consistency, and to give yourselves grace. You don't have to do that perfectly. Some of you are like, well, gosh, Tiff, I've started and stopped several times. I haven't been consistent at this. That's okay. But you recommit again, and you recommit again, and you recommit to say, I don't have to do this perfectly, but I'm going to be consistent. I'm committed. And that's where, again, when you're purpose driven and purpose is driving the show, which is like, gosh, I see this. It's so powerful. So powerful. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I love that question, because again, we're just normalized. Like, some of those things just come for all of us. We have different times where it's like, oh my gosh, how we navigate it. So, we practice, again, similar. It's like we practice Oh, what, I sent out invites and no one responded. Oh, what fun. I'm gonna keep practicing though.
Yep. I
When you
hosted a
think about
class.
it, it's like the first time I got on a stage and spoke, it was like, oh, I was learning something totally new. I can still have the nerves like I've modeled for you today because I do get them. And it's like, but now there's been a lot of practice over the years. And, all the times you do something, it's just the willingness to keep trying. Yeah. Oh, what fun. We're trying. We're practicing.
Oh, good stuff.
I just love this group so much. Anyone else? Like, does this just feel like joy to you? Because I just love being here every single week. Yeah, I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah,
So much goodness.
yeah.
Love the real talk.
Yes. Love it. Love, love, love it. All right. It's the last Wednesday of the month. Enjoy your time together. I will be in Mexico next week on a Child's Hope service trip. So I likely will not be joining in. I may see if I have a little bit of service. You'll also be in Europe. So
Yeah. I wonder if we have a guest come on and
let's do that.
run it. If
Let's have
not,
one of our fun leaders take over and run the show.
Okay.
So plan to still be here because we love the momentum of these, being
Yes.
here together live. I may drop in and just say hello briefly from where we're traveling, but definitely plan we'll both be back the following week. And hopefully by then, again, I'll have a link for you then and a specific space where we'll be meeting. But softly book September 12th to be part of an incredible growth day. So we love you all so much. We cheer you on. We champion you. Thank you for bringing the real talk. Continue to focus. And yes, it's Meta Power May, everyone. I love that. Run with
Love
that.
it.
That's goody. All right, Andy, thank you so much. Safe travels, my friend.
Thank you, Tiff. You too. We'll see y'all.